The last few weeks have seen two top-level diplomatic visits from polar opposites, France and Russia. This comes at a time where diplomatic focus on the country has been higher than never before. Apart from looking at political clout, this is also an opportunity for Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's government to bolster their power and prominence in the global political network. Here's more.
The first French president to visit Dhaka in 33 years. Emmanuel Macron was here as part of a strategy to woo Bangladesh at a time when superpowers Russia and China and the United States are jostling for influence. Hasina inked a deal with Macron for purchase of 10 Airbus aircraft worth $3.2 billion. A letter of intent was exchanged for an Earth observation satellite system.
We have a common desire to safeguard the independence of our countries, to not give in to any external pressure, and, despite all current conflicts, to basically safeguard our freedom of sovereignty. As you know, I stand up for this third way in the Indo-Pacific region, based on the respect of sovereignty and the strategic autonomy of our partners.
To ensure
the geopolitical stability in the Pacific region, leaderships in both Bangladesh and France will play responsible roles.
And this is just one end of it. Earlier in the month, Sergei Lavrov was here, the first ever visit by a Russian foreign minister. Lavrov assured the Rupur nuclear power plant project would be completed as per schedule, besides a push to enhance imports from Bangladesh and increase supply of fuel, food and fertilizer, here countering the West's overtures topped agendas.
It doesn't mean that these attempts will stop. On the contrary, I think they will intensify and we need to be ready for that. We will work with our partners in the region in order to prevent the diktat of the countries that solely wants to think about their own interests and who want to tell others what they can and cannot do.
US Secretary of State Antony Blinken had come calling in May. He had spoken of a new US visa policy and ensured fairness of the electoral process in Bangladesh in polls early next year. Though not made part of the grouping, Bangladesh made an impact at the BRICS summit in South Africa, and it was the only other South Asian nation invited by New Delhi to the G20 summit. Multiple factors are involved in what many see as Bangladesh's rising clout, extending from economic to geostrategic.
So we see while Macron was in Dhaka, Biden was in Hanoi, and then Lavrov transiting through Dhaka, and then Chinese President Xi Jinping and our Prime Minister having a bilateral meeting in Johannesburg during the BRICS summit. So all this shows that Bangladesh can be trusted as a reliable and a responsible player. And so let us, engage Bangladesh and listen what Bangladesh has to say. So I think our Prime Minister has managed our foreign policy very well. And that is why we are being sought more than any other South Asian country. I mean, of course, India is a different case altogether. But if you look at the smaller South Asian countries, I think we really are now immensely visible in the geopolitics and in a multipolar Asia and a multipolar world.
Born out of East Pakistan in 1971, Bangladesh is one of the world's youngest nations. From once being called a basket case, its economic turnaround seemed an almost miraculous growth story. And now, in an increasingly divided world, Bangladesh emerges as a geostrategic identity worth having on your side.